So, word around the campfire, there's going to be a Haslab reveal this upcoming week, I believe Monday, for Joe June. So, before I get into that, where's my his tank? I'm just trying to figure out. So you're going to drop another Haslab and give us another vehicle, most likely, and still haven't given us the first vehicle. Like, this is slowly turning into some Ponzi scheme. This is turned into a G.I. Joe Ponzi scheme. like, think about it like this. It's like you get invited to go out to dinner with a nice girl, and she takes you to a steakhouse, and it turns out the steakhouse is a vegan steakhouse. All the steaks are made out of broccoli. Like, you might feel a bit let on because you went in there thinking you gonna get a T-bone steak, you know what I'm saying, made out of a cow named Bessie, and it turns out you're getting some vegetables out of the ground by a farmer named Bessie. Like, yo, you feeling a little bit let on, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel as a person who backed the his tank. Feeling a bit let on over here because I'm like, yo, y'all said the fall, but y'all at any point when that CD that you have all our money in matures, y'all feel free to start shipping out them there his tanks, boy. Like, there's no sign of anything. It's like I got a picture of what the box print is gonna look like. That was the last email I got updated on the his tank. Like, yo, don't show me that. Show me production, homie. Like, so now they're gonna drop a new one. Okay. So with that said, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's speculate on what the next Haslab G.I. Joe classified vehicle is going to be. Or even if it is a vehicle, maybe it won't be a vehicle. Maybe it'll be an actual set. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that can go. A lot of ways we can go. But let's start out with the wild cards. I want to start with a couple of wild cards that I was thinking about. So I think a real wild card would be like the killer whale. Like, I feel like that's a solid wild card if they're gonna have a multi-level vehicle. It fits multiple figures. It can, it has the ability to be an area where you could store stuff, much like the his tank. Like, you could fit a lot on here. Plus, you could throw in a bunch of blast effects, things like that. You can really make this into like an entire set. So I think that pops. Another one I was thinking about, and a friend of mine were going over, the Night Raven. Like, that would be fire if it was a Night Raven. I think that would be a legit like compliment to Cobra if they wanted to go that route. They didn't want to play tennis and kind of give the serve now to G.I. Joe and wanted to stick with Cobra. That would be dope. A Night Raven would be dope. Now, my feeling about that is that I don't think they'll do a Night Raven because I feel like they might want to do the X-Jet for X-Men for an eventual Haslab for Marvel Legends. So I'm kind of like, I don't think this one would be the next Haslab. It may be down the road, maybe, but yeah, no, not this one. Another wild card would be to give us a 6-inch version of the Sky Striker. Now, hear me out. I know that they just did a Sky Striker for the 3 3/4 collectors. I know that. But I feel like a 6-inch version would be a damn good compliment for G.I. Joe. Now, if they don't want to go that route, another route they could go, what is it, the Conquest X30? That would actually, I think would be a good compliment if they wanted to go with a jet but not make it a Sky Striker. It's a different version of the same thing. You know, the wings point out instead of forward instead of back. You know, it's basically the same jet. It's just it has a lot of different features that make it sort of its own. And I think that'll be a good compliment if they want to go that route. Now, this one I don't think would be considered a wild card in some ways, but like the APC, I think that would be a really cool vehicle if they wanted to go with a tank, because it kind of serves a bunch of different purposes. It's a little more versatile than a couple of other ones that I'm going to talk about as likely. I feel like there's a lot more versatility with this vehicle. I feel like there's a lot more you can do, a lot more. You can fit a lot more figures in there. You could do a lot of really awesome things with this. But I feel like it's a wild card compared to some of the other choices that I'm going to talk about right now. So let's talk about what I think and what many people think are the likely vehicles. So let's start out with the Mobat. That would make the most sense. If you're going to go tank for tank, that would make the most sense. My beef with this is, unless it can like open up into like a play set or something like that, it's a very limited tank, because his tank, the back opens up, you can shove everything in there, your figures, everything in there. You have the figure that can go on the top, just like the Mobat. You have your driver up front. You have more places to put more figures and more places to put more of your items and the weapon storage. With the Mobat, it's just a big tank. I don't see where, like, other than lifting up the canopy at the top, I don't see where this would be some extraordinary feat of engineering. I don't see it there. I like the his tank could give you the projection light feature and all that other stuff, the inside lights up and everything. This one is so closed off. I don't know how this one would work for a Haslab. As a regular vehicle, yes, this would work. But as a Haslab, I don't feel like they can do enough to make this vehicle a Haslab and make it pop. Now, another one I think would be perfect. It's actually one or the other. There's two of them. The Snowcat or the Havoc. Both of them I think would be excellent as Haslab choices, simply because they give you the same amount of versatility that the HISS tank offered. You're able to fit multiple figures into the vehicle. You're able to have your lights and your sounds if you want to throw sounds in. You have your ability to have weapon storage. You have your ability to build around them. You can army build the heck out of them. Both of these, the Havoc and the Snowcat, both make sense. And these are my personal. These two are my personal pick that I think will happen. I'm a betting man, and I've already made a couple of wagers with a couple of people. I think these are the likely choices. The Snowcat especially, I think, because they're already going with the Arctic theme, with the Arctic Bat, with Snow Job, and I feel like that's going to be one of the next steps in the line. Is just basically throw on winter coats on all the Joes, and and sell, baby, sell. But I feel like the Snowcat especially, but the Havoc is definitely up there with it. If I was to make a choice, those would be 1 and 1A. So now the one pretty much everyone is saying is going to be a bunch of people, pretty much every chat room, everybody's saying it's most likely going to be the Dragonfly with Wild Bill. And once again, makes sense. You know, how would you combat the HISS tank with an aerial assault? what would be the best type of aerial assault? Your best pilot and his choice vehicle that is a helicopter, sure, but it functions sort of like a jet the way Wild Bill flies that sucker. And I think that would be pretty much I think that would be dope. Now, will they give us enough with this? Because it's a skinny helicopter. Will they give us enough with this? Will they give us like a multi-angle flight stand, a la the Masterpiece Transformer jets, where they have the flight stand that can go at different angles, so it looks like, you know, he's flying through, you know, he's going through around obstacles, he's flying over things, he's flying under things. Like a versatile stand, I think, would be key for such a smaller scale vehicle. Another thing, it doesn't have the versatility of being able to have all the figures and everything, but you can do like they did with the Sky Striker. You can have the other characters around it. You know, you can build a set around it. So if you have, you know, the fuel tank guys, you have you have like a tower, let's say, like something extra. You need extra to go along with it, because I'm sure this is going to cost a pretty penny. No matter what their choice is, it's going to be a pretty penny. And I think, you know, everybody pretty much thinks the Dragonfly is going to be the move. And honestly, yay, listen, if it looks good and the price is right, I'm all in. I'm here for it, because I love this line. But if they overprice it and it doesn't look good, well, yeah, I will happily pass. You know, I've missed out on many Haslabs in the past, and I'll probably miss out on many in the future, depending on how the pricing goes. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. You tell me what you think it's going to be. Do you think it's going to be any of my choices? Did I miss anything that you think it would be? Let me know in the comments. Let's chop it up, okay? And yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you check out the community tab. That's where I post any pre-orders, any restocks, and any deals on figures that I come across the World Wide Web. And I will leave a link to that in the description. Also in the description will be my Amazon affiliate link. It's pretty awesome and pretty simple. All you have to do is click on the link, go on Amazon, and buy away. And Amazon will pay me a small commission for everything that you purchase. And it's a great way to support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. But yeah, with that, be safe, be good. And it's the Drunken Prime, cracking open another beer and signing off.